Welcome everyone. My name is Kevin Carter, the Executive Director of Teatown Lake Reservation. I'm so glad you're here with us tonight in celebration and support of Teatown for this virtual edition of A Night in the Woods. During this profound and difficult year, we've all been confronted by loss, anxiety, and uncertainty. And yet, we've also had an opportunity like no other time in our lives to deeply and personally reflect on what is most important to us, not just for ourselves as individuals, but for our families, our institutions, and our world. When we closed the doors on the Visitor Center back in mid-March, we did not close ourselves off from our community. Rather, we welcomed unprecedented numbers of diverse and often first-time visitors to the preserve, a powerful reminder of how essential active outdoor time spent in nature is to human health. Our education, science, and stewardship teams adapted to deliver impactful virtual programs and safely designed in-person programs for adults, schools, and families. For more than half a century, Teatown has been a wonderful asset to the community, a place for people to get outdoors, connect with nature, connect with each other, even if they are required to physically distance and wear masks. Our Teatown community is strong, resilient, compassionate, and hopeful. The theme of our event this evening is Generations in Conservation and Science. We hope you enjoy learning a little bit about the people of Teatown who have made it the treasure that it is. Above all, tonight, we thank you for your love of Teatown. You show it in your loyal support, your volunteer energy, and your commitment to keeping us strong across many generations. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the chair of our Teatown Board of Trustees, Howard Permit.
Thank you for joining us at the first ever and hopefully last virtual Night in the Woods Gala. This has been a very challenging year for all of us, and I'm pleased to say that Teatown has helped many people get through these very hard times. While a number of our programs had to be canceled, we became a place of refuge for many people to come and walk, contemplate, and just unwind from the stresses of the time. Usage of our trails is at an all-time high, with an incredible 250% increase in hikers on the Lakeside Trail from April to June over the same period in 2019. Recently, we have been able to restart some education programs outdoors, and these have been well attended. Just as this has been a unique year at Teatown, this is a very different way of celebrating Teatown. While we could not gather as usual for a beautiful evening at Sleepy Hollow, we could not imagine not gathering in some way to celebrate Teatown and all that it does. So here we are. Tonight we will honor those who have laid the groundwork upon which we will build, who teach our next generation of environmental scientists, and are our next generation of environmental stewards. We also want to thank all of you, our Teatown community, who have been so devoted and committed to support us throughout these most difficult times. You are helping us come back stronger than ever. For that, we thank you tonight and always. And now, I'd like to introduce Beverly Eisenbray, our 2020 Gala Chair.
Thank you, Howard, for your strong leadership during this year which challenged all of us to continue living well and safely. I first want to thank the members of the Gala Committee who helped us make the very difficult decision to go virtual and had so many creative ideas for us. Thank you to Mitzi Elks, Nancy Felcher, Lisa Hertz-Apkon, Zipporah Janowski, Virginia Parker, Diane Polly-Blank, and Karen Timko. Also, huge thanks to our many dedicated sponsors whose names you see on the screen. You are the backbone of the support so badly needed by Teatown this year. Without our yummy pancake breakfast, our lovely plant fest, and our amazing summer camps, the funds coming into Teatown have been greatly diminished, making this gala all the more important to our future. So, get ready to honor our Generations in Conservation and Science and to make your online donations as the evening progresses. Enjoy the evening and watch for our special surprise guest at the end. Tonight, we are honoring the Swope family, our founding family here at Teatown. 3 science educators from local high schools who've influenced decades of students to pursue their passion for science. And the Nature Girls, our next generation of environmental stewards. With a deep passion for Teatown, the Swope family has been instrumental in ensuring Teatown's success for more than half a century.
More than 60 years ago, the 5 Swope siblings, Gerard Jr., David Sr., Henrietta, Isaac, and John, collectively decided to make the land they inherited into a preserve.
I think it began with my father and his 4 siblings and my generation of 12 cousins that we all swam, rode horses, walked, skated on the land, so we knew it. It was our playground.
Gerard Jr., Jerry as he was known to all, was there from the beginning. Just retired, Jerry poured his energy and talent into the endeavor. Dory has said of her uncle, his passions were sailing, Dartmouth, and Teatown. She fondly recalls the twin brothers, Uncle Jerry and her father David Sr., kibitzing every Saturday morning about the young organization. Jerry brokered the arrangement for Teatown's land to be held by the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. He also hired Teatown's first executive director, the dynamic Warren Balgoyan.
My Uncle Jerry had the vision and the determination, and I remember him vividly with Warren Balgoyan making trails and planning.
Jerry and Warren were like 2 peas in a pod and drove the development of Teatown's earliest educational programs and events. Jerry's wife, Marjorie Swope, was the first steward of Teatown's Wildflower Island. She gardened on her knees several times a week with her dear friend Jane Darby. The 2 helped to nurture this unique and amazing asset for generations to come.
And my mother was a person that just liked practically everybody she knew. You never heard a negative word about another person. When you heard sort of a neutral word about somebody, it was shocking. She loved nature. I mean, she really loved the Wildflower Island when that got going. She was devoted to that.
Sally Swope was an important early ambassador for Teatown, who had a special talent for growing the Teatown community of friends and supporters. Sally and Marjorie developed a close friendship with Marion Ascoli, a longtime neighbor. Marion became so passionate about Teatown and its role in inspiring young people to love and respect nature, she bequeathed much of her property to Teatown following her passing 30 years ago. Marion's donation of land was the 2nd largest in Teatown's history, surpassed only by the Swope family donation which created the preserve. Following in his parents' footsteps, Jerry and Marjorie's son, Stephen Swope, became Teatown's board chair and served diligently in that role until his passing in 2004. Like his uncle Jerry, David A. Swope Jr. was an essential driving force behind Teatown for several decades. He twice served as board chair, but most remembered David as Teatown's greatest champion, always connecting new people to the place and the organization. He had an outstanding talent for making Teatown contagious to others, inspiring them to serve and to give. Because people loved David, they came to love Teatown. A passionate philanthropist and community builder, David served Teatown until his passing in 2018. Dory Swope, like her mother Sally and brother David, has been a remarkable ambassador for Teatown, bringing new talent and energy to Teatown's board and community for many years. She served on Teatown's board as both secretary and vice chair and still serves on the advisory board to this day. Simply put, without the generations of service and support from the Swope family, there would be no Teatown. We are immensely proud to honor them.
We're pleased to honor 3 local veteran science educators who are so influential when it comes to sparking the thrill of discovery and the love of research in their high school students.
To me, science is a way of thinking, is a way of doing things, and is a way of gathering information. And we just happen to use science to kind of understand the world around us, right? How could environmental science not be, in a way, the cornerstone of science education in any setting?
I love the scientific process, and the science research programs lend themselves perfectly to that. What's wonderful about it is it's not just memorizing facts and spitting them back out on a test. You're digging in deep. You're picking a topic you choose or you like, and then once you do that, you have to figure out what's important and what questions have to be answered. You're figuring out ways to solve those questions, and then carrying out a project, and then figuring out how to explain and analyze the results. That whole process is wonderful because those skills last a lifetime.
Science research, I think, is super important for students because it gives them the opportunity to kind of put a toe in the water and test out, like, hey, is science a career that I want to explore? For me, I think science research offers students a chance to experience authentic science and experience the struggles and rigor, the problem-solving skills, like all these things come out with the science research experience. And I think that giving kids this chance to engage in a 3-year investment with a research project, that's when they're really going to begin to appreciate how we come to arrive at scientific information.
Organizations such as Teatown, the way I see it is that environmental science should be like an integral part of education. From first grade on, from kindergarten on, and not something that a high school kid may decide to choose. I imagine kids embracing the environment from early on so they can appreciate the relationship that we have with the environment, and that we are part of the environment, and that at the end of the day, there's one Earth. That's all we have. There's no other place for us to go to, and there's no other place for us to hide. So we gotta take care of Mother Earth.
I've always seen kid first, curriculum second. I see them as people first. I treat them as I do my friends. I treat them as adults. I push them to a level that they didn't think they could even get to, no less than vision. And that matters, but you have to have that foundation of connection and relationship before you can push them that hard. To feel at the end of it that you made a difference in so many students' lives because you saw them that way and because you pushed them is just worth all of the effort.
The students that I had who joined my science research program after doing a summer of TESA, they had confidence and skills that their classmates did not yet have. And I think that it was instrumental in their success. I think that having this resource, it's irreplaceable. For science research, I have my students write an essay about, like, why do they want to do science research? Why do they like science? And I can't tell you how many students write about their experiences in Teatown camps. I think that Teatown plants the seed that kind of like captures their interest in science.
Fifth grade girls sometimes walk a fine line between being excited about science and worrying about seeming uncool. Teatown's nature girls find a place here where their excitement and confidence are nurtured.
Growing up in Teatown was just wonderful. It really has shaped who I am today as an adult. I felt like I've grown as a person here, learned many life lessons, met great people, and discovered really who I am. The Nature Girl program was a way for us to showcase the Cliffdale location of Teatown and also provide a safe place for girls between the ages of 8 and 12 to continue their interest in STEM and nature and not feel judged, feel like they can grow and feel like they can have a place to self-discover and really call their own.
When I bring my nature girls together after school, it's my favorite part of the day. I get to kind of relax and enjoy the company of the girls because I really strive to not only teach them about nature, but we try to be a cohesive unit together where we feel relaxed to just be who we are and embrace the outdoors and whatever things we're curious about that day.
When I was a nature girl, I was in the first group of nature girls once the program started. I really enjoyed it. It was like a good sense of community where there were other girls who were interested in nature, where most of my camp groups outside of that were mostly boys, and I really connected to all the girls that were there. We learned about other people in the field who happened to be female as well, and it was a very empowering thing, and it showed us that we could do that too.
I loved everything about being a nature girl. I guess some of the fondest memories I have are just getting muddy, catching frogs, learning from female mentors that are in different STEM fields, usually environmental science, and hiking and just having a lot of fun with people I became friends with.
In a classroom, I mean, you really get to focus on the topic, but I feel like when you're out there in nature exploring, it's way more like hands-on, and I really get to understand the concept more of what they teach us in the classroom.
In Nature Girls, we learned about everything relating to nature and environmental science. We learned about ecosystems and habitats. We learned about how we can better protect and conserve our environment and the creatures and organisms that live in it. As a nature girl, I came into it with an interest in nature, and it just expanded that interest in all things environmental and nature, and really all things STEM.
I've made so many friends that I'm still in contact with today. I've learned so much about nature. It's set me up for a career in potentially environmental education. I've found mentors, role models. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today without Teatown.
Some of our girls have gone on to join TESA, the Teatown Environmental Science Academy. Some have gone on to independent science research. Others have returned to us as camp counselors themselves and become role models for some of the next generation of nature girls. It's a very great program and rewarding program for me to be a part of, not just for the girls, but I feel as an educator I've learned a lot, and it's very rewarding to do year after year.
In the future of the program, I'd like us to be more involved with the community and think about how we continue to think about how we fit in the broader community, and to embrace others and bring others into our kind of nature-loving sphere. I learned by doing, so I really try to instill that in the nature girls, that we can embrace whatever things we're interested in and find a way to maybe do more community service, plant more trees, pull more invasives, and bring that to the broader community as well.
Hi everyone, it's Kevin Carter coming to you live from VCAST Studios here in White Plains. And now it's time for the Fundometer for Teatown. The word fun is in there, so this should be fun. You're going to get some instructions here how to text, and through the miracle of science, your donations are going to appear right there on the right. Remember, this is a phone-based text donation. So to pledge, please send a text to 970-840-9000. Enter your name, the dollar amount, a space, and if you wish to remain anonymous, you could leave that part blank. So again, that's text to 970-840-9000, enter TLR, the dollar amount you wish to donate, and your name. And we'll repeat those instructions in a few minutes. To give you some idea of how important this event is to us, the dollars we raise is about 10% of our operating budget, and it supports our core programs, our 1,000-acre preserve, and our mission. Our goal tonight for the Fundometer is $55,000. Help us reach our goal. We can do this if you'll stand and be counted as a Teatown supporter. Please step up for Teatown at any level you can. Let's start at $5,000. Here's one example of what $5,000 does at Teatown. It provides 10 environmental education programs for a preschool or Head Start center, or it can feed all of our non-releasable raptors for half a year. $2,500 sends 3 kids to Teatown summer camp for 2 weeks each, or provides a seasonal stewardship intern to help us care for the preserve. It could also provide for a full scholarship and materials for one of our Teatown Environmental Science Academy students. $1,000 pays for a veterinary visit for one of our animal ambassadors, like Ralph, our turkey vulture. It also allows us to restore and update our trailhead kiosks with new maps, or provide scheduled maintenance for one of our year-round educational outreach vehicles. $500 pays for a school field trip to Teatown for 30 students, including bus transportation. Really quite amazed to see some of the gifts that are coming in, and I want to thank all of you for stepping up for Teatown. Stuart and Bev Eisenbury, thank you so much, Bev, our wonderful Gala chair. You've been terrific this year. I thank you so much for stepping up. Marguerite Pitts, longtime true believer in Teatown. No one loves Teatown more than Marguerite. Thank you. Cheryl and Charlie Roberto. Charlie Roberto, the founder of Eagle Fest and probably Teatown's greatest ever naturalist. Thank you, Charlie and Cheryl. Marcia Saunders, 5,000. Thank you so much, Marcia, for your sponsorship and your additional pledge. Marcia is an incredible member of our board of trustees who grew up at Teatown and continues to show her love for us. Oh, I see my daughter, Lily Carter, $25. Thank you, Lily. It's very much appreciated. Save me some of that banana bread. I want some when I get home. Some more generous donations coming in. Ann Fagan, $1,000. Thank you so much, Ann. Dr. Ray Sanchez, our incredible Ossining School Superintendent. Thank you, Ray. You can see the thermometer is going up. We're now at $33,000. Lori Ensinger, an incredible friend, the president of Westchester Land Trust and a longtime Teatown supporter. And Ann Papantonio, $500. Thank you. Austin Schatz, thank you so much, Austin. New donor, Kathy Nalawakyo, thank you so much for your support. Teresa and Jim Kilman, incredible. Thank you for your generous support. We're deeply appreciative of that. Ella and Alex Campbell, thank you so much. Bill and Dana Pitts, incredible. The Pittses are wonderful to Teatown. Bill is our board treasurer and a true friend. Thank you so much, Dana Levenberg and Stephen Hirsch. Dana, of course, is the incredible supervisor, Ossining supervisor that we partner with on our food scrap recycling program and so much more. I want to thank Paul Rolnick and Sabina Barak for their donation. Howard and Kate Permit, thank you guys so much for everything you do for Teatown. It's incredible. Diane and Bill Pulley-Blank, thank you so much. Alice and Doug Kraus, that's incredible. Thank you, thank you. Zipporah Janowski, an incredible friend, a neighbor, and a trustee of Teatown. Thank you, Zipporah. Sandy Galiff, an amazing friend to the entire community, our incredible assemblywoman and longtime friend of Teatown. Thank you, Sandy. Also, Ted and Helen Berger, $2,500 gift. Thank you. It's so incredibly generous. New donor, Richard and Jackie Shaw. Thank you so much. The Schillmeisters, thank you so much, Barry and Terry, and of course Alyssa, who's incredible. You saw Alyssa and Marie in the film about the Nature Girls, and I know many of you are, like I am, are inspired by them, our education team. I see Aaron and Phyllis Bach. Thank you so much. Phyllis Bach, our incredible director of education, and her husband Aaron, given so much of their life and soul to Teatown. And we missed Aaron and Rudy flipping pancakes this year, but through the creativity of our education team, we're still delivering programs and they're figuring out a way to get through. I want to thank April and Jim Benson, $2,500. Incredible, so generous of you. The Bensons are neighbors and longtime friends of Teatown. Thank you, Kim and Thomas Ruffing. Appreciate that donation so much. Maggie and John Coleman Mandel. Lydia Howie, an incredible friend, longtime supporter of Teatown. Mitzi and Stephen Elks, thank you so much for your generous support. Boy, that thermometer has really climbed. We're almost to our goal now. We're at $50,250. I'm sure we'll make it. One of the things I wanted to share with you, I see Heidi and Pat Donahue family contributed $1,000. And also Donald and Margot Stever. Thank you so much to the Stevers. They're incredible members of the Westchester community and founders of the Hudson Valley Writers Center, who we're proud to partner with. Brooke and Tyler Beebe, $500. Thank you. The Beebes, incredible with your support, greatly appreciated. Dr. Angela White, thank you so much, Angela and Wade, for your incredible support of Teatown, for your service, for helping us strive in our education programs. Mimi Rosenwald, Mimi, thank you, bless you so much. We miss seeing you walk on Spring Valley Road every day, Mimi, but we think of you often, and thank you so much for your generous support. So we're very near the end here, and we're so close to our goal, but the good news is that the Fundometer is going to remain open until 6 p.m. tomorrow. So you can share this with your friends. They can log in and text until 6 o'clock tomorrow to help us make or exceed our goal. Or you can also donate at teatown.org, www.teatown.org. If you've been inspired by Teatown's beauty, its trails, the commitment and passion of its educators, or just the special feeling that you get when you're at Teatown, please support us. Thank you so much to everyone who did text in. This is pretty amazing. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Clinton Smith, thank you, Clinton. Clinton Smith, a true gentleman and a longtime supporter of Teatown. Benjamin Cheever, thank you so much. That's an incredible and very, very generous gift. We're almost there. We're at $54,870. I think we're about to top the thermometer. We're very close. Joanne Landau, $1,500. Joanne, thank you. Thank you, you and Fred, for your generous and incredible loyal support of Teatown. We deeply appreciate you. We've just exceeded our goal, everybody. Thank you. You've helped us to do it. We're over. We're now $56,370, and we're still getting donations coming in. I want to thank Bridget Ferranda for your donation. I want to thank the Water Action Compliance Assistance and Planning for your donation. Margaret and Donald Roche, thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. I'm imagining there's a connection there probably to Marie, another terrific Teatown staff person. Marilyn Cohen, thank you so much for your $500 donation. Any friend of the Pitzes is a friend of ours. Thank you. We have an anonymous gift here. Thank you. Any amount, a gift of any size is greatly appreciated. So before we close, I want to again thank, I'm just going to grab our sponsor list, and I want to thank our sponsors one more time before we close tonight and say goodnight. Our Earth Guardian sponsors, the estate of David A. Swope and the Jacob Burns Foundation. Thank you. Our conservationist sponsors, Stuart and Bev Eisenbree, Connie Curran, Mitzi and Stephen Elks, Marguerite Pitts, and Marcia Sanders. Thank you. Our ecologist sponsors, Lisa Hertz Apcon, Nancy and Peter Felcher, Kate and Howard Permit, Dana and Bill Pitts, Dory Swope, and the Timpson family. Our naturalist sponsors, Brooke and Tyler Beebe, June and Roger Blanc, Zipporah Janowski and David Ettenberg, Ann Fagan, Alice and Doug Krause. And our naturalist sponsors, Alice and Jonathan Lee, Merla and George Morrison, Ed and Ann Papantonio, Virginia and Michael Parker, Kathleen and Larry Pedowitz, Diane and Bill Pulley-Blank. The entire Teatown community and team thanks you. There is no Teatown without you. Thank you for making this a wonderful and successful night. Oh, I just saw Charmaine Frost. That's my Aunt Shari. Thank you, Char, so much for coming through for Teatown. We're well over our goal now. We've raised $60,000 plus. We're going to keep this open, as I said, till tomorrow at 6 p.m. You can continue to donate. Please do. Your money means so much during this difficult time and helping to ensure that Teatown will emerge strong. So thank you so much. And with that, we're gonna leave you with a very special treat that our staff prepared for you. Thank you all for a great evening and for your generosity in helping us meet our goals. Your support is truly heartwarming and confirms the importance of Teatown to our community and the environment. And now, welcome our special guest.